So you want to know how to avoid chaos in your house? This is the Joyfully Married After podcast, episode 27. This is Joyfully Married After with Heath and Tracy. I'm Heath.
And I'm Tracy.
We're joyfully married after how many years, baby?
26.
26 years, 4 kids, corporate jobs, entrepreneurs, and this podcast is our view on life through our lens.
Let's go.
Chaos avoidance is so key, baby.
Chaos avoidance?
Yeah, because, people's households are just crazy. You got kids bouncing around all over the place and practice, and you got
how to stay organized.
You got to be organized out here.
Yes, you do.
You got stuff going on at work. You got stuff going on at home. You got stuff going on with the kids. You got stuff going on with mom and them.
Do you think it makes your marriage better if you're organized?
Oh, my gosh. It helps everything.
Can you imagine if I was disorganized like you?
Shade. Y'all heard that shade, right?
Oh, sorry, baby. But just maybe that's why I'm with you.
Of course, you balance me in that
really
space,
do.
baby.
I really do.
You like the fact that I can learn something.
You copy well.
And then it's just like I'm on point.
You copy well.
Yes, I understand.
And then once I teach it to him, he knows it really well.
There you go. Because that's the kind of dude I am.
That's the kind of dude you are.
I'm a savant. I'm gifted in many ways, more so than many people on planet Earth.
So the first thing you need to do,
you have to figure out who is the most organized in the family.
Yeah. Who does best at cooking? Who is best at running the kids, getting the kids' calendars together? Who is, and you're going to be different for each one. Some people think, oh, I'm the organized one. I do everything.
Right.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to orchestrate.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to quarterback. Sometimes you got to make a list. Sometimes you have to delegate.
Like Heath is better with the kids than I am. I'm a great mom.
Yeah.
They love me.
Of course they do, baby.
But they know I'm the organized one. They know if they need something, they come to me.
Right.
But they know if they need daddy to do something, like with their teachers or with their coach or with their games or something, they know they go to him.
Right.
So that's a form of organization, not just pens and paper and calendars, guys. Yeah. Organizing your life around who is the strongest in that area in your relationship.
Organization and allocation.
Yes. Oh, very good. Very good.
Thank you, baby.
So in that regard, I'm better at pens and papers.
Right.
We just want to keep it real.
Yep.
And Heath is better at, let me have a conversation with the coach.
Hey, let me tell y'all. I think we talked about this this subject or something very similar on a video that we did. And I was telling the story about the first time that we went to Disney World in our relationship. In our marriage, we went to Disney World. This has been many years ago when our oldest daughter was young. And Tracy created a full-blown telephone book size binder. And I was thinking to myself, does it take all this to go to Disney World?
Oh, you weren't the only one. I remember we went with another family. And they saw our schedule and our calendars and how I had everything. We're going to meet here. We're going to eat here. We're going to go here from this time to this time. We're going to let the kids go, and then we're going to meet up with them. They looked at me like I had 2 heads. They're like, we ain't getting ready to do all that. I'm like, y'all dropping $10K. You need to get with this calendar, this schedule right here.
We got to Disney World, and y'all, let me tell you, I was so glad, so proud, so walking around with my chest out because my wife was on point with the Disney World calendar.
Yes, I was.
It was amazing.
You had such a good experience, didn't you, baby?
It was amazing to see because I had doubts. I was like, this is real extra.
It was funny.
I mean, this was in the 90s.
So I had a binder, guys. I had a binder, and then I put my sheets, my colored typed sheets in those plastic sleeves. And so everyone, and then I had so many kids, it was like we needed a buddy system.
Yeah.
So it was like, you're responsible for this person, you're responsible for this person. So at all times, this person is supposed to be with you.
Yeah, we have buddies.
You both can be lost, but both of you need to be together at all times.
Yeah. I think we did get lost, didn't we? Didn't I get lost for a minute?
I'm sure we did. But you had a kid with you.
I sure did. Holding their hand all the way to Disney World.
So it was just interesting because we would go to get, like, say, Chef Mickey's. If you know anything about Disney World, it's very, very difficult to get a reservation at Chef Mickey's because you get like one-on-one time with Mickey Mouse. That's
Character
just a little
breakfast.
hint right there.
Character
so if you
breakfast.
go to Disney World and you're really trying to get one-on-one with Mickey Mouse, go to Chef Mickey's.
Chef Mickey's.
Okay.
Bomb Dom.
And the other characters are there too.
Yep.
So we get to Chef Mickey's and we check in.
Yep.
And we wait for our table and we're seated.
Yep.
But there were other families there.
People were walking up. They were walking up to the door. You know, we cruising on in. Oh, Mr. and Mrs. Turner, welcome. Come on in. Yes, we have your table here, and so forth and so on. And then other people would walk up, and they were like, yes, sir, do you have a reservation? I was like, what? No, we don't have a reservation. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. We're all booked for the evening.
Or you can wait 3 hours.
Yes, sir. We've been booked for a year.
Yeah, we were booked for a year.
I was like, what?
Yep, all the restaurants. You can eat the fast food joints, but the restaurants, you got to be on point.
My mouth was agape.
Really?
I was astonished because, you know, my paradigm of Disney World was when I was a kid.
Flags.
When I was a kid, yeah, it was just like Six Flags, right?
No, it ain't Six Flags, y'all.
So it had probably been 20 years since I had been to Disney World when I was a kid, maybe like in the 70s.
Yep.
So Disney World was probably similar to a Six Flags type experience at that time.
What's another way I was like crazy organized when we built our house?
Oh man, the house. Oh man, it was like the materials, the
finishes,
color palette, the finishes, the choices, the configurations.
I had a storyboard.
Yeah, full blown storyboard, full blown like
binder.
We would go to the design center, and Tracy knew as much as like the designers. That's how you got your first job in real estate. You remember that? When Tracy went for the interview, her first real estate job, and she sat down with the guy, and the guy was like, well, so why should I hire you? And Tracy started breaking down some of the floor plans that they had in the portfolio and why this one was better than that one and what she knew about these and the guy was like,
I was anal, y'all. I was crazy anal.
Not sure. What did he say, baby? Not sure if anyone has ever broken down the floor plans
and why one's better than the other
in an interview.
It never worked there.
It was like, wow. But that's the kind of organization I'm talking about, y'all. It's Tracy's on 10 with that kind of stuff.
So the first thing you want to recognize is who does what better, you know. And as far as organization, it's just not my husband's strong point. So I know I usually have to take the reins there. But I will tell you this. Once it's there, once it's implemented, he is on point. Sometimes better than me. He sticks to it like white on rice.
Hey, this is what we doing.
Didn't you say this is what we doing?
Hey, let's go. Mama said we're going to be over here this time. Y'all are going to have her yelling at me.
Oh.
Let's get it.
No.
So we had a ball in Disney. But the point is that much like an organization can be a big time plus to your household, it was certainly a big time plus in our Disney World experience. It was certainly a big time plus as we were building houses.
3 houses. Yeah.
And the point is that it's a huge plus in your relationship.
So let the organizer organize, y'all. Let the organizer.
And if both of you are organized, then that's great. You know, you let someone take the lead, and then you agree and collaborate on how you're going to execute the plan, because you still have to have the practicality built into the organization.
The important thing too when you're organizing is the resources. There's so many resources now.
Yep.
You've got to use them, and we're telling you about this, guys, because this will keep stress off of your marriage.
Yes.
If you are organized and things are in order. When you know when groceries are supposed to be purchased, when you know how much money you have to spend this week on whatever it is you've allocated, when you know who's coming to clean the house on this day or who's coming to babysit on that day or what soccer or what basketball practice, it takes the stress out of your. It's one less thing for you to argue about.
Right.
It's
Right.
one less thing for you to argue about.
Yeah.
And you can use your phone. I tell my kids all the time, put in your phone.
Use your tools.
Send me a text.
Right.
The calendars they have these days are amazing.
Yep.
There's so many different calendars in your phones you can use. You can do collaboration. We have a family calendar that everybody, even my daughters in DC, can see our calendar. We have a family calendar. So if there's something important you want everybody in the family to see, put it in the calendar marked family.
Yeah, and a lot of people have corporate jobs like we do, and so you can sync your calendar at work. If you use Outlook or what some of the Microsoft products and so forth, you can leverage that and sync that into your smart devices, right? And so all of those things that you have are all populated there on the calendar, right? And so if you have work stuff, if you have family stuff, if you have kids stuff, is all in one place.
And you have to train your kids. You can't let your kids run your lives. You can't have the kid telling you at 10 o'clock at night they have a track meet in the next day. Yep. It's not going to work. It doesn't work in our household. So what my kids do is they send me either a text with the date and the time and the place. And what I do is I click on that and it'll let you add it to your calendar. Whenever there's a date in either an email or a text, it's going to give you that highlight and you're going to be able to click on that and add it to your calendar.
Right.
And so that's how we do a lot of things.
Use those tools.
We use it. And I put Heath on there whether he's going or not. The point is that he knows where I am.
Yeah.
And he does the same thing. He'll put a dental appointment for him in his calendar and he'll invite me.
Right.
You have to collaborate on everything. It's not just your dental appointment.
It impacts everybody.
It impacts everybody. It impacts the whole family. Oh, well, I thought you were going to come home on time so then you could take William to practice, not me today because I was going to do my toes or whatever. So if your husband doesn't tell you, okay, and he doesn't have to physically tell you. Put it in the calendar. Get used to it. If your husband doesn't tell you, oh, baby, I'm not going to be home till 6 or 7 because I have a dental appointment. You sitting around 4 or 5 o'clock waiting for him to hit the door, and 2 hours later, he's not there. You're going to be pissed.
Now you got a problem.
It's going to be an argument.
So now you upset. Now I'm upset because you're upset. And I'm like, why are you upset?
I just went to the dentist.
I'm
But you ain't telling nobody.
I'm just trying to maintain my health out here.
No, but you ain't telling nobody. I don't care. I hope they rot.
So even if you're old school and you got the old school desk joint where you write everything on the calendar,
get rid of it.
You got a whiteboard, like we use our whiteboard.
He's just talking about himself.
Our business stuff. Look, we got a color coded system
Who
over here.
Who implemented it?
You did.
Okay.
But I'm saying this is in conjunction with our electronic stuff and the other collaboration.
Yeah,
the point is that use all of your tools.
Yeah. If you have any tips or anything, tweet us at Heath and Tracy TV on Twitter, and we'd love to hear how you do it too.
Send us some cool apps, the latest stuff, things that have been working for you recently.
What you use and what works for you. We'd love to see some of that.
Yeah.
At Heath and Tracy TV on Twitter.
Yeah, we want to check that out. And then I think the final point around some of the best practices that we have, baby, is the scheduling sessions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So for us, you got to meet once a week with respect to how we go about it. It's a weekly meeting, it's a monthly meeting, it's a yearly meeting.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. And so with respect to the week is important because
we have 2 meetings a week actually.
You take a snapshot.
No, we have one.
Take a snapshot at the beginning of the week. So if it's Saturday evening, if it's Sunday evening, we can look at what we have going on. It's very easy to look at the week ahead. Okay, baby, so I'm going to work all of these days. I'm not taking any days off, but I do have a dental appointment on this day. I know William has a track meet on that day. I know Brendan has some after school something or whatever it is. And so we can talk through that. Hey, I've got to do something out of the ordinary, something I'm deviating from my regular schedule. So a sit-down meeting, even if it's 5 minutes, just to walk through that.
You've got to do that. You've got to do that.
It's so key because that way you don't have surprises and you don't have any irritants happening unnecessarily because you didn't sync your calendars.
It can be so irritating when someone's not where you expect them to be.
You don't want that.
Or if you miss something. It really puts that extra strain on your relationship, and it's so unnecessary.
Right.
So what Heath and I do is we meet every Saturday morning to go through our podcast, when we're going to post, what we're going to record, when.
Yep.
And then we also go through, we also have a YouTube channel. It's Heath and Tracy TV on YouTube.
Yep.
So we plan when we're going to do that.
Yep.
We plan everything about what we're doing with Joyfully Married After. And we do that for a few hours every Saturday morning. Yeah, we could sleep in.
Yeah.
But we don't. We want to get up. We want to be organized.
Right.
The other thing we do is once a month, usually at the beginning of the month, we sit down and we organize our bills for the entire month. This is what's coming in.
Yep.
This is what's going out.
Yep.
Okay. We don't have no money this month. We don't have no play money this month. Oh, we got extra money this month. What do you have on your list?
Right. Right.
And then that's another opportunity to compile that list. Oh, I need tires.
Yep.
Oh, I need an oil change. Oh, last time I was there, he said I was going to need brakes next time.
Yep.
So things like, oh, I really need some more pants for work. Or William needs glasses. Or William needs new track. Whatever it is.
Sure.
It gives you an opportunity every 30 days to plan those expenses out. So they're not surprises in skewing your budget.
Yeah. Yeah. And then also with that, you've kind of trained the kids as to their wants around various things, and they can put things in your Amazon cart. And then as you're doing the planning, you can determine, okay, there's a few extra dollars here. I know the son had been wanting this. I know there was a need for that. Oh, we need some new equipment for our podcast, what have you. And so what happens is doing that planning and being organized around that stuff is so key because it enables you to move forward very seamlessly.
Yeah, it does. And the kids know if you put it in the cart, I'm gonna get it. You just, it might be a little while, but I'm gonna get it because you put it in the cart. And it also gives them the responsibility of, one, shopping on their own, two, watching what they spend, and three, communicating.
Right.
Communicating their wants and needs.
Yeah.
The boys, you had to give the boys lunch money this morning because they forgot to tell me there was no bread. I don't eat bread. And he's like, yeah, we don't have any bread. I was like, well, thank you. You should tell me that 2 days ago when I went to the store.
I bailed them out.
But Dad bailed them out. Thank you, love. But I don't eat bread. They know I don't eat bread. I'm not going to think about bread. I could care less if we have any bread.
Yeah, yeah. And along those lines, baby, with respect to the schedule, one of the other things that we do is that we pull the kids into the scheduling as well. So after we walk through the things that we need to discuss, then we double check with them.
Yeah.
Hey, come and tell me about your week. What's going on this week? And let me see what your schedule looks like. Is there anything happening? Talk to me.
And a good opportunity to do that is around dinner time.
Yes.
That is a really good opportunity to talk about when things are happening. Are you going to the track meet? Is it going to be in town, out of state, across town, whatever? We need to know because that's money. That's money. So we need to know those things. And they know if I don't know and it wasn't in my budget, it ain't happening.
Right.
It's
Mom,
just not
I want to go to my friend's house.
How you going to get there?
Mom, I want to go to this party.
When?
It's tonight.
Will caught me off guard this year with prom, though. Oh, my God. He got me good, y'all. He got me good.
What happened with prom, baby?
Oh, my God. We did everything in the very, very, very last minute.
It was a little last minute.
Okay, I'm going with so-and-so. That was like a month before prom. Okay, cool. You going with so-and-so.
Yep.
Okay, a week before prom, he literally says, oh, I'm not going with so-and-so. I'm going with such and such.
Right.
And on top of that, you got to pay for this, that, and the other, plus this, that, and the other.
Yep.
A week before prom.
So we Tracy went into organization mode.
Oh my God. No, well,
the
whirlwind
organizer.
No, you know what his saving grace was?
What's that, baby?
He told me a month before he was going to prom.
Yes.
So I already had that in my budget.
Yeah.
I already had prom in my budget. I just didn't know how much.
I remember that.
I was like, okay. And so the whole time we were doing stuff for prom, I was like, okay, it's still in my budget. It's still in my budget.
Yeah, the mental placeholder. Hit him with the sow.
But he got me a little bit because he told me a month before.
The sigh and the growl. Yeah. The sow.
The sow. He names his size, guys. If you don't know what that is. I don't know what that is.
It's all good, baby.
So the other thing we do is we plan annually. What do we plan annually?
Yeah, so a lot of times with respect to the annual meetings, it's around trips and family time.
And it's with all of the family.
And it's with all of the family. So all the children collectively, your mom, your dad.
Yep.
We talk about our close friends. Are we making any trips to Atlanta? Are we going to spend time in D.C.?
Holidays.
Are we going to go out of town during Thanksgiving? Are we going to stay here? Are we going to go somewhere Christmas like we normally do, or are we going to stay put or go somewhere different?
We do that in January.
Yeah.
We do all of our vacation planning in January.
Yeah.
And that's how I get all the good rooms.
And so
you
that's
get the good rooms cheap when you do it early.
Best practices. And so that's really key because, you can kind of talk through and think through what's happening with the adult children, with the older ones, matching that with what you have going on, what you want to do. And it makes the year go by smoothly.
And if you don't have kids, you still need to start implementing these practices in your marriage, because when they start coming, it's a different world. If you don't plan on having children, you're going to have a dog or a cat or something. You still have to plan.
Yep.
They need care. We used to have, they still need care.
Yeah.
They still need grooming. They still need meds. They still need doctor's appointments.
Yeah,
you need to
kennel.
board them when you go somewhere. Go ahead and when you plan your vacation, go ahead and schedule the boarding.
Yeah. And
just make it a point to be well organized, because it takes extra pressure off your marriage. Anything that's going to take extra pressure off your marriage.
Do it.
Good.
Do it. Thanks again for listening today, folks. If you liked any of what you heard, please like, comment, and subscribe to our podcast. Tell a friend, too. You can engage us at heathentracy.com for all the goings on in our world. Queen Tracy, speak to the people.
Bye, loves.